We can start now.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Higher education is not about getting a job. It's about growing your mind, expanding your horizon, and discovering your purpose. With immense pride and delight, I warmly welcome you all to the sixth day of our enriching online series, Varangal Pesalam Valikati, an enlightening program organized by Shri Krishnaswamy College for Women. This week-long event aims to empower our students to discover new horizons in higher education and confidently pursue their future career ambition. Today marks the final day of our six-day online series, and today's session focuses on a highly relevant topic, unlocking your potential, management and HR opportunities. The insights shared during this session will help our students understand career growth to leadership and HR skills, including team management, talent development, workplace culture enhancement, and personal and professional development. Let us begin this auspicious occasion by seeking divine blessing. And I invite you all to join us for the prayer song.
मंडिताय गुणेशानाय धीमहि गुणातीताय गुणाधीशाय गुणप्रविष्टाय धीमहि एकदन्ताय वक्रतुण्डाय गौरीतनयाय धीमहि गजेशानाय भालचन्द्राय श्रीगणेशाय धीमहि
Hey, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, sorry. I'm sorry for the network issue. Yeah. We are honored to unite virtually. We are honored to
Unite
unite
virtually
virtually
in a
in a
mission to
to inspire,
inspire.
strengthen, and prepare our youth for a bright future. It is my privilege to extend a heartfelt welcome to our esteemed chief guest, Ms. Shri Rajeshwari, Assistant Manager, HR Business Partnering, Tractors and Farm Equipments Limited. We are honored by your gracious presence and sincerely thank you for joining us to inspire our students today. I would also like to
We
warmly
welcome
welcome
our respect.
respected directors whose unwavering support continues to be a pillar of strength for us. I extend my heartfelt welcome to our esteemed principal, Dr. Anita Rajendran, and Vice Principal, Dr. Chandrika, whose insightful guidance and constant encouragement have been instrumental in bringing this program to life. I extend a warm welcome to our deans, heads of various departments, dedicated faculty members, parents, and most importantly, our enthusiastic students whose presence and participation makes this event truly meaningful. As we embark on this enjoying journey together, may it be filled with curiosity, insight, and inspiration. Now, I take great pleasure in inviting Ms. Maithili, Assistant Professor, Department of English, to introduce our chief guest to the gathering.
Thank you, ma'am. A very good morning to everyone who has joined the program with us. It is with immense pleasure and profound respect that I introduce our eminent chief guest for today's occasion, Ms. Rajeshwari Balakrishnan, an accomplished professional whose name is held in the highest esteem within the realm of human resource. Ms. Balakrishnan presently holds the esteemed position of HR Business Partner at Tractors and Farm Equipment Limited, a premier institution in India's agribusiness landscape. In this pivotal capacity, she has been instrumental in aligning human capital with corporate strategy, thereby nurturing a culture of excellence, engagement, and transformative leadership. Her professional journey is a testament to her unwavering dedication, strategic foresight, and refined leadership qualities that earned her distinction among her peers. Beyond her corporate achievements, she is an active contributor to the NHRD Chennai chapter, where she fervently advocates for progressive HR practices and continues to elevate the standards of the profession. What makes this occasion even more special is that Ms. Rajeshwari Balakrishnan is also a proud alumna of Shri Krishnaswamy College for Women, having graduated from BBA department batch of 2015. Her return today stands as an inspiring testament to the heights our alumni can achieve. What sets Ms. Balakrishnan apart is not merely her expertise, but her empathetic and visionary approach to people management, a quality that inspires both budding professionals and seasoned leaders alike. We are truly privileged to have her amidst us. Please join me in extending a gracious and heartfelt welcome to Ms. Rajeshwari Balakrishnan. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. We are indeed honored to have Ms. C.D. Rajeshwari as a chief guest today. We eagerly look forward to your words of inspiration. The virtual stage is now yours, ma'am.
Thank you very much, ma'am. I think that was a very warm, brief welcome. I thank Ms. Maithili and as well as yourself, and I also thank Professor Anita, Miss Anita Rajendran. Thank you very much, ma'am, for this opportunity. So, maybe like Miss Maithili would have shared about where I'm currently working with, how I grew up in the ladder. Maybe I would start giving a little more brief introduction how I have paved my own path. So that would also give an opportunity others to explore where their potential lies and how they want to carve themselves up. See, we have professors and other peoples to motivate us and help us, but only thing we should be instrumentalizing ourselves as a tool, and we should be shaping ourselves. That is a key factor for the success, I would say. So when I have, after completing my BBA, I have completed my human resource management. So then I started my career with Lucas TVS. So it was not an easy journey. I had during my academics, I had an opportunity that my all professors, both with BBA and as well as my post graduation, all of my professors were helping me with all kind of internship opportunities to explore new roles in the internships. So that is one of the key driver for me to enable my potential in various gamuts of HR function, I would say. So and then I started my career with Lucas TVS as an employee relations role. So there I was handling industrial relations and also policy management. And then I shifted my career to human resource business partnering. Both are two extremes. So I'm having close about 6+ years of experience in the HR domain. And right now I'm handling strategic HR role for various divisions. So that's about myself. And ma'am, I can share profile, I mean screen, right?
Yes, ma'am, you can, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, ma'am, we can.
Okay. So I think before we start with the like slide kind of usual classic presentation, why don't you all ask me a few questions? What are you expecting out of this session? Does anyone have anything that they want to, I mean, what you want to keep, I mean, the topic is unlock your potential, management and HR opportunities. So what you are expecting out of this session? Maybe one or two people can give me some pointers so I can take this session in that way. Come on, people. This is supposed to be an interactive session, not one on one. I mean, one person to talk over. It's a mutual session, right? So you can ask questions or say something that what's on your mind.
Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, hi, Ms. Rajeshwari Sanita Rajendran here, principal of the college.
Yes, ma'am.
First of all, feel very proud that our alumni is doing so well.
Okay.
So congratulations and thank you for coming back to the college and giving back to your alma mater.
Sure, ma'am.
So my question here is, what are the skills students need to do well in job sector?
Okay.
Skills, along with the skills, what are the different certificate courses or diploma a
Okay.
BBA student should have? And
Okay.
as you know, now we have MAHR also here. I do
Okay.
not know it was there when you were there.
No,
But
it was started right after I left.
yeah, so now it is doing very well, and we
Yes.
have around 40 students and they are very well placed. So how to help them in a better way?
Okay.
What we can do as a college, to
Okay.
get them better placement than already what we are getting there. Yeah.
Okay.
And for BBA students also.
Sure. So,
Thank
I would say that I would give a basic picture how as a business or a company works. I know you would be pretty much aware about it, but maybe I would also share a few pointers about it, and I also take forward with your question, ma'am. So when we get into a corporate, it does happen with various gamuts of functions, right? Like corporate strategy, corporate communications, HR, finance, sales and marketing, and everything. So, one of the very basic factor is to understand the fundamentals. We as a BBA students, we touch upon all the bases, I would say, because we cover up operations management, we cover up on, international markets, marketing, managerial accounting, all sorts of basic factors that we are learning. So that is we should be very strong in the basics. That is the first thing, underlying condition. And as progressing, I think students should be undergoing at least 15 days of internships at the time of their UG itself. They should be open enough to understand what is happening in the corporate, because campus to corporate transition will be difficult for them. I had to be upfront here. Some of the parents would be reluctant to send them to companies for internships and as well. But if they want to succeed in their career part of their professional journey, they should be open enough to take the risk and start learning. So I would say, like, at least once a year during their 3 years of academic curriculum, they can go around 15 to 20 days of internships, like full day internships. And this would give them an understanding where they are working, what kind of functions it is lying in the HR segment. Not only in HR segment, maybe in other department as well. Wherever they are getting an internship opportunities, it is for them to explore and understand that particular department. It is not limited only within the HR. Maybe in three years they can categorize themselves like how they want to understand. Maybe in 2 weeks of internships they can cover 1 week with finance, 1 week with marketing. That in that way they can try to understand each department in the particular company. When they go for three different companies for 3 different years, they have an opportunity to understand how each business works. When they are getting an opportunity with the service sector, when they are getting opportunity with manufacturing sector or an IT company or a digital media press. So each business has its own business model, revenue model, skill sets, potential, I would say. The same way manufacturing is working, IT wouldn't be working. But the potential and skill set what each business carries is very vast and very much different. So I would say that at an young stage they should be start exploring these opportunities alongside of learning as well, because once they are learning they should be able to learn it in a practical way. So this will give them an overall understanding of the business. So that is one thing. While moving to like post graduation, or if they wanted to upskill themselves in a career, most of them I would suggest that full time education is more prominent and will given more opportunities for the students, I would say. Sorry, ma'am, just give me a minute. Because when they are growing into the when they are going for an higher education, they will understand, they will have more experience on understanding the personal growth and professional success. So it gives them a more interesting idea about the growth opportunities. They can benchmark themselves on the identifying the opportunities, because while at the while studying BB or any undergraduation, if you're, if they are starting to explore on internship opportunities, why am I emphasizing more on internship opportunities? Because it is the only physical learning process where they will be engaging themselves. So when we read and when we write, we tend to recall it and memorize it. But when we learn it practical way, they would be learning it and it would be with them forever. So that is why I'm emphasizing more on internship opportunities, or a plant visit, or understand or calling an any industry expert to explain the whole process of the particular function or a business will also give them a complete idea about what is happening in the business segment. And also the students need to understand and differentiate between lot of roles, I would say. Because when it comes to different segment of roles, they might understand it would be, for example, an HR person should be able to read the business statement. But in most of the cases, they think it is not required, but it is important. For example, as a business partnering, I should be able to understand the revenue model or a expense that is made for my department. So when I understand how much expenses are at my cost or at my division cost or most of the functions in the business, I would be able to support the business in terms of human capital management, or in terms of understanding the potential people to bring in to increase the sales of the business. So everything is interconnected here. So that is the one of the another point of the condition where the our students should be looking upon. And also they should be understanding that business, it is like a third person. It fully focuses on achieving goals like adapting to change, innovation, or building transformational work culture. So everywhere we are seeing this AI driven workforce, or we are seeing a hybrid work culture. Many of them are implementing 4 hour work, 4 hour work per week. So we are seeing so many changes of transformation. As an HR, we should be able to captivate and also ensure that everything is settling in the system. Because of the changes, we should be also building the skills on adapting to everything. Ma'am, especially you have asked about what kind of skill set they should be possessing when they are getting into business field or management field. One of the key, I would say there are three major skill sets, I would say. One is team engagement. When it comes to HR, you should be able to engage people in the business. So team engagement is primary important thing. And second thing is able to communicate clearly. You wouldn't believe that most of the attrition in the business, or how the HR is facing in today's segment, is because there is lack of communication. So when I say communication, it's not about what I'm going to say to you. It is about, are you having a proper relationship with the particular employee? Are you able to read his mind? Are you with him? Are you aligned with him? These are the human touch points, I would say. They should be able to understand as a person. So when we talk about understanding the employee, you shouldn't be seeing it as a only on the business part. You should be also seeing it at the other end of the person. That is one of the primary role or skill sets that as an individual everyone should possess, ma'am. And we are having so many opportunities, like client-facing opportunities and strategic opportunities. When I'm saying client-facing opportunities, we are having marketing, banking and investment managements, project managements. These are the client-facing opportunity. If any of the students are interested into getting into customer-oriented roles, they can be getting into this. If they wanted to live with the business or with the management aligned functions, they can go for human resource management or management consulting firms like BCG or Deloitte. So these are the management consulting firms where they would have an opportunity to explore various companies' practices and then understanding their I mean, these companies are the one they will be giving the key pointers of how they should be increasing their business. And they can get into business analyst or artificial intelligence analyst. So these are the future opportunities that is lying ahead for our young generation right now.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. So,
Ma'am, we do have
yes.
two more questions in the chat box. The first question is from Dr. Shivashankari. Could you please tell us the recent career prospects for BBA and HRM?
Yeah, sure. So, recent prospects, I would say, for BBA, I would maybe for UG, we should be focusing on more into learning the business financial statements, I would say. Maybe you can keep this. I mean, most of I have seen the I mean, I have studied the University of Madras syllabus or curriculum for BBA. It is pretty much what I have read. But maybe we should extend the opportunities on workshops like studying the financial statements, able to understand the financial statements. And I think we should be more emphasizing on making the students aware how a department within the business can become a revenue generating department. So it can be a cost reduction model. It can be like outsourcing the internal functions or delivering the service within the business itself. For example, we can say that for example, Krishnaswamy College is organizing various workshops. So you can turn that into workshop into a revenue model. That's for an example. It depends on the value systems of Krishnaswamy College or any other business body, but it is always how the business wants to increase the more revenue with the minimal sources. That is one thing. And when it comes to human resource management, because it is an advanced area, right? So when students wants to increase their skill sets, potential or capability, I would say, in terms of human resource management, understanding the global risk compliance is pretty much important. So when I say global risk compliance, they should be understanding international HR practices. Very, very simple reason. Um when in India, we are having an HR people, the same HR qualification is, I think pretty much everyone is aware about it. Same Indian qualification is not applicable for US, correct? So when we go for US, you have to study their norms, study their policies. I mean, because in India, we are having more of employee relations role. But in US, if HR comes to an employee desk, it is only for hire and fire culture. That is how the perception is, and that is how they work also. When some people go into their cabins or cubicles, they would feel that their HR is disturbing during their working hours. So that is how the culture is built over that place. But in India, it's not like that. So whatever we are saying, that employee connect and everything that happens in US or UK or any other European countries or Western countries, it happens only quarterly basis or half yearly basis. So they should be understanding more kind of risk compliance. That is when we are hiring an expats. Expats are the people who we hire for our business or our company from another country. We pay for them because of their skill sets and potential. When we are hiring, what kind of challenges we would be facing? We should be giving them visa, sponsorship, location, accommodation, and the contract agreement. All in the contract agreement, what kind of bond we are entering into. These are the terms that are called risk compliance. So this is more of a strategic SRM. So that is what the risk compliance lying in. And what else we can learn is because diversity and inclusion. In today's era, I would say diversity and inclusion is becoming a more of a trend where everyone wants to find an equal proportionate of gender diversity in the in the business or the company. When I talk about diversity, it is not only on the gender diversity. It is, in India, it is getting aligned to generational diversity because Gen Z, millennial, Gen Alpha, and baby boomers and everything, they wanted this to be in the system because of sorry, I'm not getting the term. It is because of mentor and mentee culture. Why they are building is the experience talks volumes for each and every decision making. So these baby boomers or millennials will be guiding them. They will be supporting them or mentoring their mentees with the guided decisions that they are taking in their day-to-day activities in the corporate setup. So what do you mean by guided decisions? Because they are said to, they are enabling the root building of the particular division. When I say CHRO is mentoring someone at junior to him, he is guiding them and grooming him for the futuristic roles. So that talks about talent management. I know I'm touching here and there because it is everything interconnected. When we talk about HRM, it's very wide platform. When talent acquisition, talent management, all these are interconnected. That's how the HRM actually works. Particularly in HR, we are having like 12 HR functions like admin, human resource planning, recruitment and selection, performance management, employee communication, health and safety is also coming under HR, industrial relations, rewards, functional performance, career planning, learning and development. These are the 12 functions that is lying under the HR division. So these 12 function based papers or any subjects that can be covered under HRM syllabus would be beneficial to them. I know these papers are already covered under HRM. The thing we should be more looking into are in depth of these particular papers like capability building, talent management, how knowledge management works, especially in the digital transformation era, like AI. I believe most of them would be using Chat GPT in this era, right? So how to use Chat GPT in an efficient way should be the one of the key criteria that this everyone should be aware of. It is not like just for assignment. We should be able to use the prompt at a right manner so that it will also help us to make us efficient. So those are the some of the criteria I would say that we can focus upon in prospects of HRM.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. We do have one last question, which is from Ananya.
Yeah.
What are the latest trends in HR management and how is AI being used in HR?
Okay. So, latest trend in HR management, as I talked about, diversity and inclusion is one of the key factor right now. And another more thing is everyone should be aware about the cross-continental HR workforce. When you are going to upskill yourself, if any of you is interested to pursue HRM or any other degree that is related to HR, you should be able to understand that there are cross-continental roles that are getting developed in today's scenario, like APAC APAC means Asian Pacific countries. MENA means Middle East, North American countries. So South Asian countries. So these are the some of the continental based HR roles that is growing in the today's segment, because every business is trying to stretch up their bases in various countries today. So you might see it in I mean, what I speak is may be very vast, but when once you are stepping into the role of HR, you would be able to understand that how these everything is lined up into a business. I'm saying in purely on a business form, where as an HR would be supporting every critical function. I would one of the key factor that is cross functionally aligned is mergers and acquisitions. As an HR, you should be able to understand the business performance. As a finance, you should be also able to understand if acquiring the particular business or merging with the particular business is profitable to you. So these two factors are also important when it comes to mergers and acquisition. And how is AI is being used in HR? See, in it is not used literally like HR wouldn't speak anything and employees will talk with the AI. It doesn't work like that. It happens with chatbots. Chatbots are the basic things that when you go for a social platform, you will be able to asking help. I believe you would have been seeing in Zomato, right? Like Zia is supporting for customer base. In similar way, when company is having some common website portal for employee service portal, in that particular portal they will be having some feeder chatbots where they can help with attendance management or like attendance regularization for employees morning to evening working hours. These are the way that is used in that AI is used as chatbot. Advanced AI are used in applicant tracking system. Applicant tracking system is when you are applying for a company, maybe you can try it with LinkedIn also. You will be redirected to some other link called Workday or any Talio net like that, right? So when you are redirected to it, once you are applying all the, I mean, applying or filling up the all the tabs in or specified areas, it will trigger into the backend system. In backend system, what happens when you're applying for a particular position? Let's say I'm applying for HR recruitment. It will map all the my application words along with the JD. So it will match and come up with accuracy whether I'm fit or not for this position. So that is how in today's scenario AI is being used, and it is still going on with the controversial, because most of the time this applicant tracking system also fails. Like around 20% of failure is happening with the applicant tracking system because it's failing to match the skilled potentials as well. So we are yet to go in a long way. It would take another 5 years, I would say, 5 years to come up with the generative AI that is completely matching our requirements to the particular job. So this particular AI, why it is being used? Because we don't have to spend so many hours in sourcing the profile in Naukri. So that is why it is being used.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Have any other questions?
Yeah. Participants, if you have any questions, you can type it in the chat box.
Maybe I think initially I would have missed to cover this. Ma'am has asked about certifications for
Yes,
advancing their
ma'am.
career opportunities, right? So
Yeah.
it always happens with how you are exploring where you want to be. There are so many certifications in today's scenario, because they are also becoming more of a business model. So I would recommend not to get into everything, but go into valid one. If you are completing BBA, you can start your career directly into the system of an HR. If you are able to get an opportunity, well and good. Or if you are planning to pursue higher studies, I would say complete a full-time education. and then start with the HR career. Give it some time. Understand where you want to lie ahead. Take 3 to 5 years of time. After 5 years, you can start your career with whether you want to be a generalist profile or a subject matter expert. If you want to become an organization development intervention specialist, that time you can go for OD intervention certification, or you can go for CIPD, which is a global certification for personal development, or you can go for SHRM certification, which is very a common body function. It is recognized across Asian countries. So these are the some of the certification I would recommend for initial level. After moving forward, if you want to become a trainer or certified coach, we are having so many platforms like ICF, International Coach Federation. So when you want to become a coach or a trained coach for various people, like you want to be the trainer, or you want to train the professionals or leadership level, from right from the after completing your full-time education, you start working on it. It is about how you figure out where you want to go. If you want more money, you can figure out what are the roles that is aligned with HR, and you can go through in that aspect. If you wanted a safe and secure position, you can always get into a job, and you can figure out how much you are secured in the current position, then you can work towards your dream. There is one thing is, there is always time to learn. Consistency is the key, and patience is the key. Once you are patient and consistent and learning, whatever you are learning, try to understand it logically and with practical explanation. Don't try to mug it up and remember it as it says it means. Try to understand it logically. Try to read more case studies. Ma'am, I would say maybe you can give them some case studies to understand uh, how the few of the businesses having a lot of failures, so how they overcome from that. So those kind of case studies can also help them understand how it is done in other companies as well. So this would be my few suggestions for the students.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for the insightful insights which you gave upon those questions.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm. I think they are all clear with the insights which they
Yeah.
have got from you as of now. We'll also have a 5-minute question and answer session after your presentation, ma'am, like
Okay.
based upon the queries which they have.
Sure.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, can we start with your presentation?
Okay, sure. I pretty much
Thank you,
covered
ma'am.
everything that is in presentation.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yes, ma'am. Your screen is visible.
Great. So these are the points that I have covered in the initial. So this is about what management focuses on. So when we talk about what management is, it is always management always involves. I think most of you would have learned in your books that it is a process of controlling, processing, leading, and then achieving goals, right? So how that's how always the management is also focuses on. They work on achieving organization goals. They wanted to enhance efficiency. When they wanted to enhance efficiency, that means that they wanted to increase their targets. Targets as in this year, TAFE has sold about 10,000 tractors. Next year, they wanted to sell about 13,000 tractors. That's how enhancing the efficiency with the same workforce. Adapting to change. When any company is having the difficulty, they have to adapt to the current trend, right? So that is how our system always lie in the market. For example, we have Tata, who have been in the system. They were able to adapt to change over a period of time, and they are still in the market. So that is one of the visionary approach that every management focuses on. Foster innovation. They should any business, they should be adaptable to have to futuristic innovation. I believe most of you would have heard about the company called Nokia. They were not able to sustain in the market. They were a very wonderful, one of the very good companies in the market. They were able to sell so many products, but they were not able to be in the market because they were not ready to adapt to change. They were not ready to adapt the innovation. So that is why the complete business failed. And building a positive work culture. When employee is happy, business also tends to generate more revenue. When I'm saying employee is happy, it's not about his money or pay scale or consistent promotions. Even though when you're giving a lot of promotions, if his working environment is um, harassable, or if his working environment is not giving him the workplace to work peacefully, or if he is not having a team to work with with a proper communication, that will also lead to a failure in the system. So that's what we call as a building a positive work culture. We are having the many of the companies in recent days are hiring for culture expert, where they want to understand if they are having any problems that can be weeded out of the system. So that's how the management focuses on. So in the this slide, we are seeing understanding the landscape of management roles. When I say landscape of management roles, in beginning I said about client facing opportunity and management strategy roles, right? What does this client facing opportunities is always understanding project management. When we talk about project management, you should be undergoing a PMP certification. Though if you're completed any kind of degree, you should be always going PMP certifications. This PMP certification helps you understand how to develop a complete product with the stage of I mean getting enter them into a market. For example, I'm going for a car company. I'm going to Hyundai. So and as a customer, I wanted so many features in the car, but Hyundai is not having that. So they would come up with a survey to understand how many of them are seeing these kind of requirements in the market. From there, they would start a pilot project. Pilot project is a small initial project. They would start in a small segment, and then based on the success rate, they would be moving for a implementation of the complete product. What do you mean by corporate strategy? Corporate strategy is how it is well aligned in the market. Corporate strategy is if TAFE wants to open a market in Europe, corporate strategy team will completely work on the market understanding. They would go for studying the market, studying the competitors, what kind of prices are there, how that can be convertible into profits for TAFE. That's how corporate strategy team works. Marketing, as everyone aware, it's a promotional team where they work on promoting the products with a lot many features and accessibility for the customers, and also selling based to the need of the customer. Banking and investments management. This banking and investment is growing into one of the leading markets in today's world, because I don't know how many of them are very much interested in mutual funds or insurance or saving schemes and everything. This investments is not only in terms of mutual fund, but it is also investing in a company. Today, when I want to buy one share of MRF is a tire company. It costs about 80,000. So if I want to invest in a company, it should give me a proper returns. So investment management is, in today we are having a lot many investments on energy based segments. So we should be more aware about these kind of business segments to enhance ourselves, to invest ourselves as in potential I'm talking about. When we are shifting to management strategy roles, human resource management, I think for past 13 to 40 minutes, we covered up various things. We also said about various functions that is under HRM, right? So human resource management is not only about the recruitment. When you are going for a recruitment, it is not only about closing one position. One position is requirement to the business. It is also about how consistently that person is in the system. If he is in the system for about 3 years, it is profitable to the business. But if the one position keeps on getting attrition, or frequent resignations is happening for one particular position, then you have to find out why that particular position is having a trait of high attrition. Because understanding the trait of the particular position is called work task analysis. Work task analysis is studying that one complete role, how much a person as an individual I'm spending my time for completing that role given for that position. If I'm exceeding the limits of the working hour, maybe I'm overburdened and I would be worn out. So these are the thing where it comes with work task analysis, right? So that is how human capital management falls under human resource management. Human capital management is planning and containing the workforce for the company. In a very layman's term, I'm saying. When it comes to management consulting, Deloitte, BCG, or Goldman Sachs, or Ernst and Young, most of them are into various segments. One of the key, Accenture is also into consulting these days. So why these companies are into consulting? Their key clientele are not customers like our end customers. They are not addressing a particular individual. They are addressing the concerns of the business. So when you go for a consulting company, you should be enhancing yourself in the areas of understanding the pain points of the business. So that is why I keep saying you should be efficient. You should be upskilling yourself on the potential of understanding finances or global markets. Because if any of the company is a shareholder, if there is a global political war is happening, that would impact each and every share of a particular company. So we should be able to understand and analyze when you are addressing so many companies while you're working with the management consulting firm. When I say management consulting firm, it is not only addressing the solution for other companies. It involves various factors. It involves with the manufacturing sector, service sector. If you there is a separate division working in management consulting firm where they work on the franchisee of various businesses. For example, we are having lot many parlors or salon like Naturals, Green Trends, right? So these companies will support them on how to set up, on how many bases they wanted to increase in the market, where which area is having higher, for example in Chennai, in which area naturals is having higher sales, or which part of Chennai naturals is having lower sales. So they will be helping us on cutting down the cost. That is as a role on management consulting. When we are having finance or when we are having finance, so I talk about this is in finance, we are having so many functions like we are having cost and benefit analysis. We are having should costing team in the finance. We are having zero based costing in the finance. So there are so many functions lying under the finance. It will be applicable for various teams in the different sectors. So we have to understand after pursuing BBA whether we are going to get into a finance kind of role, or are we going to get into when we say finance, we can also focus on becoming a financial analyst. That happens again with the addressing the financial analyst of a particular company. That's where we come as an CA auditing or a CMA or ICWA. That's where the finance comes into picture. Business analyst is one of the booming area in today's scenario. Business analysts completely help to understand the business on taking decision making. They only work on the financial aspects of a complete business. They would be providing you various data driven decision points for top management to understand where they want to lie ahead. AI and ML is artificial intelligence and machine learning. It is always combined along with the business analyst role. So while you're going for business analyst, there is also a role where you have to learn the coding of machine learning like Python or Tableau. So that is always there. This slide, we are having 12 HR key functions, right? So this is what I was talking about. Each has its own role to play in the HR division. When we say about performance management, it doesn't talk only about the particular individual. It talks about department performance as an organization, how it is performing, is it performing efficiently, and we are also having career planning. This career planning comes with capability building or individual development programs or managerial development programs, how I'm going to pipeline my employee in a higher order role in next 5 years. We are as an HR, we always ask, right? I mean, I believe most of you would have heard that where do you want to see yourself in 5 years? It is not only to the particular individual, it is also a company's role to give a career path analysis for a particular employee. So I think this one successful career transition is how you would be growing in HR segment. So when you're going for an HR segment, you start with HR assistant and HR manager. It would take series of years to grow into that particular ladder, and then you become HR director in 15 or 20 years. Then we are also functional based roles here. We are having operations, talent management, and organization development. When I talk about operations, it is on various aspects like building a we are having a new product teams, or we are having a production teams, or we are having a customer service teams. These are operation functions. Talent management, as I talked about, individual development or managerial development programs for employees, or organization development. When organization development and individual development both are different. Organization development is when I want to hire someone or make someone succeed to a particular role into a various process. How can I put it? Okay, I'm having a CHRO role. CHRO is a Chief Human Resource Officer, and I'm having VP HR and Senior Manager HR. So when senior manager HR has to go for CHRO role, it is not only the designation, it also speaks about the years of experience that talks volume into an experienced person and his potential and his skill set. So how organization development team is going to make him as a successor or a pipeline successor for that particular role. So that is how OD team will be working on. And supporting factors, these are few certifications that we can make ourselves, invest ourselves, and then learn from that. MBA, SHRM, HRCA, PGDHRM is some, we are having so many certification programs from IIM or XLRI, where if you are able to clear the exams, mock up, I mean, CAT exams or GMAT exams, you can always get into IIM, your professional institutions. Otherwise, you can also invest yourself in MBA, and then you can do this kind of post-graduation certification programs from premium institutions, which would always helpful and enhance your skill sets in the market. Because when you are experienced and move to this kind of certifications, this would help you to understand the criticality in the market. You would be able to learn so much with the other people who are getting along with you in these certifications. You will be able to network, you would be able to widen the opportunity basis to new roles in the market. So these are the supporting factors when you wanted to do a certification. See, these are the few key roles when you are getting into middle level management. Middle level management, that is when you're growing into the career ladder of manager or senior manager role. So it talks about, as I said in the beginning, it talks about communication, your ability to solve the problem, and leadership and strategic thinking. Strategic thinking is on a long run, how am I able to drive the business. Leadership is, am I able to lead a team within a short span of time into a success ratio, like from like everywhere you will be having a consistent growth, right? So in that consistent growth, am I able to cover each and every team member's growth opportunity? And also communication, it's also talks about, if I'm being effective in my communication, am I able to speak with my team clearly? That is what the key skills or essential skills for a management success. When you're getting into HR professional, interpersonal skills, conflict resolution, data analysis, and employment law. Why I'm saying employment law? When we are in India, when we are into HR, we should be able to address the employment law. Employment law as in labor law. We are having many labor codes getting discussed over from the year of 2019. So we have close about 27 to 30 labor laws in our Indian legal system. So our company is adhering to these norms. These are the primary factors. As in every HR, we should be very well versant about it. Data analysis. You would have seen so many roles in LinkedIn or Naukri, like HR analyst. What does this HR analyst talk about? It talks about cost per hire. It talks about department turnover, how much for example, we are having marketing team. Marketing team will, cost of a marketing team would be higher than an HR team itself. So why does the marketing team cost is very high? Because we are having a skilled experts over there, where they are the key people who would be driving the business of a particular company. So that is how we should be able to understand and differentiate each and every role based on their skill sets and potentials. And these are called HR metrics. And interpersonal skills. As I said before, we should be able to empathize with each and every employee. At the same time, it would be very difficult to balance between the organizational policies and also lying with the employees' employees end. So that is what relationship building about, keeping him aware about these are the organization policies, and he shouldn't be exhausting those or exceeding those or coming out violating those rules for the of the organization. Conflict resolution, this is one of the key, it is a, I would say conflict resolution is one of the inherent capacity. You should be able to solve a conflict when someone is fighting. If you're a good person, I mean, if you are very good at solving that conflict, I would say you're having a very good capability of becoming a mediation expertise or negotiation expertise. So that is one of the conflict resolution skill set that every HR should be possessing. So how do you scope, I mean, make yourself or put yourself in the place where you can get into career advancement? I think we are having so much of professional bodies in today's scenario. We are having WOW HR, we are having NHRD, we are having ISTD. So these are the various SHRM, these are the various professional bodies. There are CII, ACMA, these are the technical professional bodies. There are various professional bodies that are conducting so many workshops for students, college students everywhere. So how can I get benefited out of it? You should be start exploring those things. You should be attending those workshops. You should be able to build network along with them. When you this mentorship seek guidance from experienced professionals, it doesn't always work out like I would go and turn a blind eye and would be speaking with someone like, give me a mentorship. No, it doesn't work that way. Mentorship always works when you are seeking for a mentor. It always happens when you are ready for a mentorship. When you seek for a mentorship, you will be getting a mentor. That's how it will always happens. Or confide with a very confide with professor who is always supporting you, because they are experienced than you, and they would be able to help you where you want to go and how you want to climb up into the career ladder. LinkedIn presence. So, most in LinkedIn, many of the recruiters are using the LinkedIn as a medium. So, how do you enhance your networking? You can use LinkedIn. You can start understanding the posts that many HR professionals are sharing. They are sharing their experiences in the platform. So, go through that, learn that, and understand that. Give a get in touch with them and understand how they are facing the challenges and what kind of rules are in the market. So that is how you would be getting into the career advancement. It is not like just giving them a connection and asking for a job. No, it doesn't work that way. You should be able to understand what role that you are getting into. You should understand that role. If you are interested, like I said, if you are interested into client facing or strategy based, that is how you can understand yourself. So we are talking about future of works, how new, yeah. Okay. So when we talk about future of works, how new opportunities are trends shaping HR and management, we spoke about remote working and AI and automation and employee experience focus. See, employee experience focus is like customer experience only. When you go for a salon or when you go for a theater, you would be experiencing so many things. It's like a service sector, right? So where I want to experience premium premium experience or elite experience with various industries. So in that way, employee experience should also matters. Employees in the company should be feeling safe and secure. It doesn't matter how much money the company is paying. If you're not feeling comfortable with your team or with your boss or with the organization policies, or it can be anything, that will hinder always the as a business. It is like uh, when you are going for a theater, if there is a washroom, you wouldn't find that as a hindrance. If there is no washroom, you would be finding that as a problem. It is similar to that. And how to stay relevant. always learning and adaptability, digital fluency, because everything is getting digitized these days. So paperless office is digitalized, even digital transformation on employee portal and everything. So digital fluency, how much are you getting what familiarize yourself in the today's market, because we are having so many platforms for AI, we are having so many platforms for self-learning, we are having free courses for self-learning. So how much you are making yourself aware about it? For example, if you are one of the YouTube, I mean, if you commonly, I mean, you are highly using the YouTube as a platform to see shorts or reels, I would say you can start yourself about learning interviews. You can be seeing interviews of top CEOs. Like you can see the Harvard business classes, sessions and workshop. You can get benefit out of it. It is how you are fine tuning and shifting yourself from one habit to another habit. So habit always speaks for itself. So when you want to learn one thing, when you want to shift into one thing, you should be slowly shifting your focus from one place to another, and then have a plan towards it and then work. It should be always consistent. Patience, both are the primary factor that would help you on a long run. I think we are done, ma'am.
Yes. Thank you so much, ma'am, for such a thoughtful session on management studies. Participants, if you have any questions or thoughts, please feel free to type them in the chat box so that our speaker will be very happy to address them. Now, we do have 3 questions from the live feed. So,
Okay.
shall I read them?
Yeah, please.
Yeah. So, the first question is how to get a suitable job for a fresher.
Okay. Okay. It is based on your interest, I would say, because it is not like I have to get into this job means you have to wait, you have to search for it, and then you have to get into it. That is one factor. Another factor is suitable job means I want to understand like what they are interested into. It depends on their interest, because I got into TCS. I got into a customer support role. I was there for 6 months. I was not very happy with the environment that is lying for me. But then again, I didn't. What can I say? I didn't get made myself into that environment. So what I did, I planned for my higher studies. So it is how because without exploring, you wouldn't know you whether you like the job or whether you are suitable for that particular job. Uh, let's say you are getting into a customer support role, like where you want to face the complaints of the customer, or let's say you itself complaining to Zomato customer support that I'm not getting the food on time. You guys are doing useless job. I'm waiting for 1 hour. See, like realize from that person point of view whether she is happy to. I mean, she should be keep on saying that I'm happy to support you and everything. But if she is meaning her, I'm meaning the words, or if she is happy to handle the customer, then it is suitable job for her. But you think about you whether you would be able to that kind of pressure into that concerned person. For example, I would take the example of TCS itself. I was customer support for Taj Hotels. They are all the customers are premium clients. So when you are handling the premium clients, you should be able to understand that your purpose of the job. You are not just addressing any person just like that. You are representing the hotel, like that is a Taj customers, right? So that is how you feel about the job, and then do that. If you are not interested in the job, very well, good, explore another opportunity, take time and join it, and then explore it again. It is not like until you drink a tea or a coffee with or without a sugar, you wouldn't know whether it's with or without a sugar. So that is how it is always is. If you are clear about your path, I'm very much happy for you. You want to be an HR, very good. If you want to join big four companies, very good for you. But you have to figure it out on your own, like which is a suitable job for you, whether it is a desk-based job or it is a client-facing job or it is a field job.
Thank you, ma'am. Yeah. So the second question is from Vasundhara. When a person starts their career in HR, is it mandatory that they have to start with a talent acquisition?
See, it is not mandatory to start with talent acquisition, but that's where you understand the business, I would say. When you go for a talent acquisition, no, you would be handling various roles. It is not just a role, it is you are going to give one resource to a particular division. When we talk in this resource jargons, right? Like resource, position, and everything. Let's say for that particular position you want to hire a person. Can you hire a person who is not very efficient, not equipable to do the sales? No, you can't. So when when that person, you are hiring that person and giving them, and the manager is keep on bickering about whatever you have hired, he is one useless, he is a dumb fellow. No, it you cannot. You cannot end up in that way, right? Then it will fall on you, and you have to rehire the position right from the beginning. So talent acquisition is not always a primary reason, or mandatory to start the career, but it is one of the outlier, I would say. Outlier as in to understand the business in an external perspective. So when you are it is a basic, I would say. For example, for every BB or BB or MBA or anything in the commerce background, we are doing commerce department as a primary basic, right? Like in 11th and 12th, it is something like that. Talent acquisition helps you understand how the business is, where are the high attrition rates. If you are efficient enough, then you can move on to another division, and then another function from the HR, and you can move up yourself in the career ladder.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Another question from Vasundhara is how to explore various branches in HR.
How to explore? If she can herself explain more what she means, it would be easier. Lying behind the camera, I would say you can come on the video and then ask me, brief me what you want to understand, like how to explore.
She's actually joined to the YouTube live.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Vasundhara, I take it in a way that you're asking like within HR functions, how you going to identify which role to join? Is that what she's asking? I'm not sure. So, in terms of exploring, once you join one role, no, like in an HR department, if you're joining one role, you will be always interconnected with other functions as well. So you will know what other person is doing. You will get to know what other person is doing. For example, if you are going for a payroll, do you know what does payroll do? They generate salary for every person in the company. So when that person is joining, when the person is rolling out the payroll, they might be able to understand complete structure of a individuals, or how the payroll department or compensation team is arriving for a CTC structure for a particular individual. Let's say we are going for a performance management team. This performance management team, they come out with criticality of the particular role. For like Varsha, you and me are from the same department. You are with the talent acquisition, and I am with the payroll team, let's say. Performance team will come and ask me that, not ask me, they would work out on measuring the criticality of the role with you and me. If I am only one person in the HR function and you are only one person in the HR function, then both roles are critical. If I'm having in the payroll itself, I'm having 2-3 people in the company and only one Vasha is there, then your role becomes critical. So based on to that, they would be working on the compensation structure. If you want to explore how it will not happen unless and until you are getting into HR function. Or maybe if you have an internship opportunity, you can go and ask the respective HR to understand more about how HR function is in the particular business setup.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Participants, if there are any other queries, you can, or doubts, or even your thoughts, you can kindly share it in the chat box. I think they are all clear with your presentation and the answers which you gave from the queries, ma'am. So
Okay.
thank you so much, ma'am, for your time.
Thank you.
As we near, thank you, ma'am. As we near the close of a 1 week session, I take this opportunity to express my sincere gratitude to everyone who made this event a success. First and foremost, my heartfelt thanks to Dr. T.R.B. Raja, Honorable Minister for Industries, Government of Tamil Nadu, for graciously inaugurating this event. I extend my deepest thanks to all our esteemed speakers, Mr. R. Mohan Kumar, SEBI, Smart Trainer and Certified Financial Planner, Mr. P. Bhakya Ganesh Pandey, Block Health Statistician, Family Welfare Development, Government of Tamil Nadu, Mr. Rajendra Soni, Chief Coach and CEO of Digital Writerpreneur Up and Academy, Mr. Rudran Raghavan, CEO and Chief AI Scientist of Here and Now Artificial Intelligence Research Institute. And last but certainly not least, Ms. C.D. Rajeshwari, Assistant Manager, HR Business Partnering at TEFIC, for a thoughtful session on management and HR, helping our students to understand how to unlock their true potential. My heartfelt thanks also go to our respected directors who steadfast support anchors our efforts, as well as to our principal, Dr. Anita Rajendran, and Vice Principal, Dr. Chandrika, for their unwavering encouragement. A special thank you to the organizing committee for the meticulous planning of this 1 week online series with a seamless coordination and ensuring everything ran smoothly. And to all our students, thank you for your vibrant participation in this 1 week online program. Your enthusiasm adds energy and meaning to every initiative we undertake. Let us carry forward the spirit of learning and continue to engage in more such occasions ahead, where experts from various domains will guide us. Stay connected, stay curious. Thank you, and have a great day ahead. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you,
all the very best to everyone. Bye.
Thank you, ma'am.